What's going on, guys? Latrax here, flying the Latrax Alias with a hat cam. A little bit windy out today, so if the flight looks a little bit fluttery, it's probably due to the wind and, counteracting the gyro. Also, I am running a mixture of 3 souped-up motors, one on that motor, one on that motor, and one on this motor, and one standard motor because I did have a second-hand, well, not second-hand, but I did have a modified motor go bad on me, so I had to return to the default on this one. It does not seem to affect the flight in any way, but that could just be because of the gyro, helping out with that fact. So let's go ahead and take off here. Alright, so we did take off in expert mode, but first thing we're going to do here is a little bit of flying with the gyro active. Even with the wind, the Alias does look fairly stable. One thing I'd like to note is, for a while, my Alias was flying pretty unstable, very fluttery, even in, no wind conditions. I believe this to be because I had my endpoints turned up too high for the gyro to handle, thus causing it to be fluttery the whole time. So I did turn them down to just a little bit above factory settings, and it did seem to help the problem. So if your Alias is flying a little bit fluttery, that could be your problem. If not, you might want to do a gyro reset, which you can do by going into the settings. Alright, now we're going to put it in expert mode. I have my expert rates fairly high. You can tell by the rate at which it does flips, which is very quick. They are turned up to the maximum. It's not something I really recommend for beginner flyers. It's really not something I recommend for the Alias with a high regard, because while you can do tricks faster, the recovery from the tricks, as you can see right there, is a little bit more wobbly. It's not quite as stable when you're recovering. Whereas if the rates were low and you're doing longer tricks like this, where it wasn't so fast, the recovery is much better and more stable, and there's less risk of crashing. So, do a little barrel roll there. Expert mode, for those of you who don't know, it does have the gyro deactive, or inactive, I should say. So all the tricks and flips are manual. I'm not using the pre-programmed tricks. Let's do a sideways roll here. Sideways roll. Let's try to do a double backflip. Alright, pretty good. A little windy, push it down to the ground a bit. As you can see, when it is an expert and you do have the rates up, like I said, the recovery is not very smooth. So that was one of them little rolls there that is on the axis, which is pretty neat. You can do those in any of the directions, obviously. You can do it that way. That wasn't a very good one, though. Let's see if we can get a better one here. There we go. Alright, now let's put it back in fast. Real quick, let me show you guys the difference between slow and fast. Okay, so here's the standard mode that it's turned on. As soon as you turn the copter on, as you can see, I'm trying to turn as sharp as possible, but it keeps drifting in that direction. This mode is not recommended for flying outdoors whatsoever. So let's go ahead and put it in fast mode, and you can see now that I can turn, and this is pretty close to factory rates. I do have them turned up slightly, but the difference is still there regardless. You can see I have much more control of the quad. You can definitely do some better, more accurate flying. Let's bring it in a little closer here, and I'll show you guys the pirouette trick. The pirouette trick in fast mode is where it spins by itself automatically, but you can also control it in as if it were facing whatever direction it was when you started them. So it's a pretty neat way to do a neat little trick. Unfortunately, I just crashed. That is a problem with the pirouette trick, is it does destabilize the quad quite a bit if you move it too much during so. But we're gonna go ahead and go grab the quad, just make sure there's no damage. If I can find it. Oh, there it is. Alright, here's our quad. No damage whatsoever. Landed it in the tall grass. Holds up to crashes pretty well. It really does. But as you can see by my monitor here, the battery is dying anyhow. So I think I'm going to go ahead and end the video right here. Thank you guys for watching. Please comment, like, and subscribe.